So I had a ton of feedback from my last Sky Striker deck profile video I did about different cards I could use, cards I should definitely take out, like Magical Mallet. And I do appreciate you guys telling me all this feedback, any options or tips and tricks that you guys have personally had yourself with the deck. I haven't played the deck long enough to really know which options I could have done instead. I just played what I thought was good online, and it was doing well for me, but if there's better optimal ways, I would definitely like you guys to tell me, and then I will make a better profile video for the deck and give you guys the best content I humanly can. So, for the updated Sky Striker deck profile, we do play 3 Ray, because you have to, 2 Rose or Rose, and that way you can just have another body from your hand, that way you can just get more damage on board, or if you need to OTK or climb into Zeke or anything else, she does come back from the graveyard if you do pop your opponent's extra monster zone. And then someone asked me if I had a main deck out to random monsters, or if I somehow just couldn't get into the extra deck and I could somehow protect the other monsters. Darkus Diabolus has come back into play. He can summon himself to raise effect tribute, and then he can come from a hand like we did with Thunder Dragons. And then he has a cool effect too that he can tribute a dark monster and rip a card out of your opponent's hand. So you do kind of slow him down there with the card advantage. And then for hand traps, I did up the lineup just a bit. A lot of people told me there was cards I could take out and better hand traps I could play, especially for this meta, if you want to say that, because we haven't really sat down and played. I do now play 3 Ash Blossom in the deck, 3 Effect Veiler, 2 DD Crow for the graveyard stuff, and 2 Ghost Ogres for the onboard stuff, which is really good to stop Numerons and allow other people to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now for the Sky Striker spells, I personally still like playing 3 Area 0. I just really like seeing this card in my hand, that way I can dig through the deck and get more Sky Striker spells going. 2 Widow Anchor, you have to. It's a lot better at 2 than it was at 1. Not as good as when it was at 3 though. 2 Afterburners, I cut it down to 2 instead of at 3. A lot of people told me more card effects are coming up where your opponent's monster is just not targetable. So I prefer this at 2 now, so I don't have to open it with it. And then if that ever does happen, it is just kind of a dead card if I can't really pop their monster. So there's that. I still play 2 Shark Cannon just because I really like stealing from their graveyard and Link Climb on my own. Or this DD Crowing people, I guess. I do only play 1 Jamming Waves now. Someone in the comments told me just 1 because it personally worked out for him. So I wanted to give that a shot. I've tested it online. And not seeing as much is actually a whole lot better. I would usually just kind of bluff it and I would just set it face down, which is kind of stupid. But usually people would be kind of afraid to see what back row was. So that's what I thought. It was kind of stupid, so just once enough. And then 1 multi-roll and 1 Hornet Drones. And I finish up the Sky Striker spells. And for the other spells with the deck, I only play 2 Desires. I don't want to play 3. I will never play 3. I just don't want to banish most of my deck for 2 cards. 2 Cosmic Cyclone. I would play this at 3. I just didn't really have any other spot I wanted to take out. Really cool because Mystic Mine is existent, and we can just take their Mystic Mine away, or just any back row. Like if someone pops an Imperial Order and I have this, I will definitely use this, because I am not dealing with that, because I can. And then the 1 Upstart for 39 cards in the deck. Main deck Mind Control, because I just thought about it. You can pretty steal their monster later and just climb into your inboard, or into 0 Boros and make sure you win. 1 Metaphase Fusion to send with Area 0, that way you can just recycle. Reinforcement the Army to get Ray or Rose into your hand. And then 1 Terraforming. And for the 1 card, ironically, I do play Mystic Mine. I'll put this at 1 now, because seeing it at 2, just so you can kind of have a backup option, wasn't a good idea. But 1's enough. I do have a better lineup of the deck now. And for the last hand traps / traps, 2 Imperms. So that's it for the main deck. It's a whole lot better than it was last time. Right, moving on to the extra deck, I still play 3 Hayate, 3 Kagari, 3 Suzuku, 1 Kana, 2 Zeeks, 1 Unicorn, 1 Zero Boros, and 1 Borload Dragon. I still play those just because that's what I had the best personal experience with, and they've always been able to come in clutch and save me at the very end when I can climb into them. And for Zero Boros and Borload Dragon, you guys are free to just change anything with the deck, but a lot of people told me these 2 options you could definitely move around, which is true. I like Zero Boros because he does give that attack buff of all the banished cards you get from Desires. Borload Dragon because the Snatch Steal effect is really good and he helps protect you most of the time, which is really nice. But a lot of people told me you could definitely just take these 2 out and use a Phoenix and Link Climb into Unicorn that way. Or another person told me he plays IP Masquerena and Crusader Abramax, which would be really good. you can definitely get into there. Or if you'd like, you can even do the Axis Code Talker package. So Axis Code Talker there, Selene and Needle Fiber. You can do that package if you'd like and go that path, but I prefer this path just because it's a little more of a grind game and I kind of like that a little bit more. But yeah, that's the updated Sky Striker deck profile. Thank you guys for all the feedback in the last one, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this one a lot more. Thank you.